making. It's pretty much exactly like his, except for I don't use his rotation. Okay, yeah, no. I hate getting the ice staff on the back bar. Here are my stats. Do do do. Right here. That is unbuffed there. That is with no food on as well. So I should probably eat some food here. I'm also not running tri-stat pots because that's what he's recommending to run tri-stat pots. Deltier, but I mean dots. I'm sorry, I don't know why I said Deltier. Deltier, I haven't played this game in years. But dots gaming. So I use Clockwork Citrus Fillet or Witch Mother's Potent Brew for max stats. For me, I'll just go ahead and use the Clockwork. I use Spill Crit Pots. No real immovabilities. I really don't need that, to be honest. And I also use Spell Power Pots. They're both about the same. Alright, so let's see. Buffed up, we are... That's where we're at, buffed up. And that's just my back bar. Hold on, let me go to my front, which really matters. Yeah, here we go. 28k spell resistance, 24k physical resistance, 2611 spell damage, 32% on the spell crit. To be honest, this is why I'm using the Clockwork Citrus Fillet. It's because I get more in magical recovery from the Clockwork Citrus Fillet, whereas if I use the Tri-Stat, then I wouldn't have. I have 900 magic recovery, and I actually need that 1600 magic recovery. And running that with along with this, because it's obviously boosts the magical recovery. Oh well, the pot. So running the pot with Clockwork Citrus Fillet, and also running the with the Elemental Drain, I do about maybe 2200 is my magical recovery, which is good magical recovery. The reason that it's so low without buffs is because I actually sacrifice some magical recovery on my jewelry for spell damage. Because this build is a tanky build. It's literally for survivability and executions, but you'll do more. You'll find yourself surviving more than you will killing people. Really, it's basically to outlast your opponent, whereas most builds are straight damage builds, and I run alone. So most of the time I run by myself, and when I'm running by myself and I run into a crowd, maybe 2 or 3 guys, I'm trying to survive. Maybe run away, buff up until I at least can get the fuck away so I don't die. So let's just get into the set here. Like I said, sword and board on the front bar. Run spinners, sword, spinner, shield. No poison. It's sharpened. Nothing major. The sword and board is in pin. Staff, spinner's ice staff. It's charged. Again, nothing too special. Actually, I'd actually have to get someone to make it for me. It's actually kind of easy to get people to make them for you. You just have to get like the nerve crux or whatnot. I'm also running blood spawn. But that's blood spawn is actually to add the spell resistance here, which is you got 2 pieces on. You take when you take damage, you have 6% chance to generate a 14 ultimate and increases physical and spell resistance for 6 seconds, which is great. I kind of depend on that a little bit. Not so much because again, unbuffed, like without that, like my fucking spell resistance is pretty damn hot. Then we got Shackle Breaker. That's the 5-piece set that I'm running here. I was running somewhat Tri-Stat, not all. Just because, I mean, I like the way it's set up here. I don't really feel the need to run all Tri-Stat. I could change this here, but and I may in the future, but right now I'm just running a few pieces. Trust that. All in pin except for a few pieces. I got one sturdy, two sturdy, three sturdy. Yeah, so three sturdy. The rest is in pin. All gold. Spinner's jewelry. The spinner's jewelry is to add the 5 pieces adds 3370 spell penetration, which you need it. Alrighty, we're gonna go over here to my champion points. Well, we'll go to the skills here. On my front bar, I'm running flame lash. My back bar, well, I'm also running burning embers, fossilize, inner light to boost my magical pool and also spell critical, choking talents, and ferocious leap. This is just until I can get the shooting star. Fucking lure hunting is a bitch, so it's kind of like the main reason why I don't have it just yet. I also run a Mac DK on PvE, so I actually do PvE and PvP, unlike a lot of these other guys. They only do PvP or they only do PvE. They hate on PvP because they only do PvE. Well, it's ridiculous. Alright, on the back bar, I'm running degeneration, coagulating blood, elemental drain. I mentioned elemental drain before. Like I said, that boosts your magical recovery by like 300 to 600. It's like, well, it says 300 for every 6 seconds, but I think it increases every 1 second when damaging them. But I think I said it can increase. So, well, I'm at like 16 right now. So, okay, with the 300 from this, it'll boot me at like 1900 magical recovery. Then I'm running hardened armor. I should be running volatile armor, but hardened armor actually works for me. I like the spell resistance and physical resistance. It works. I mean, like literally, like I said, that puts me up at like 28. And if my blood spawn procs at the proper time, then I'll be at what, about 34 spell resistance and about 30 physical resistance. Reflective plate. Reflective plate is awesome, especially in battlegrounds. Or, you know, especially in battlegrounds because of fucking pussy ass Nightblades standing on top of the fucking thing shooting you with fucking with snipe. It reflects that shot right back at them. I love it. I try to keep this up at all times. I try to keep this one up. I basically keep all my buffs up at all times. Constantly cycling through and rotating. Constantly. And right now I'm using Devouring Swarm. That's just some shit I use really when I'm in a pinch, or like if I have low health or something like that. I just boom, hit that real fast, buff up, shield, block, boom, and my health kind of rises up. At least, you know, gives me a rally. I think personally, that gives me a rally when I'm getting sauced up and get my ass beat in battlegrounds by like 3 people, and I just boom, hit this. All the health is low, come through with the choking talents, petrify, flame lash, power lash, burning embers, and boom, they're dead. So this is what works for me. I'm gonna go to champion points now. I got a couple that I hadn't put in, but whatever. This is not the completely optimized champion point. Here I'm just I'm kind of new to fucking douchebags, elitist. They don't want anybody else to know the game. They don't want anybody else to be better than them. They feel as if, hey, since I learned it, you learned it too. So I don't chase behind people. I just fucking watch videos and do what's best for me. So I'm running the Ironclad 37. It's like at what, 15%, which is it's a little high. 15% it reduces your damage taken against direct damage attacks. You kind of want that. Then I've got what is that? 39, and increase your resistant. It increase your critical resistances, which is pretty good. I mean, if you're running in-pin, then I mean your crit resistance should always be above 2,000. I actually didn't go over that when I was showing my stats. I'll go back to that in a second. I'm running 60 in the Elemental Defender. Due to the fact that I'm a vampire, I take a lot of damage from from fire. So that's actually a big deal. So at least try to get like 12% in that. And I'm only 592 CP, so I'm not at the max CP yet to where I can have all these things maxed out. This is just what it is at this level. Thick skin, 12%. Hardy, 8.8% pretty much. Reduce your damage taken for physical, poison, and disease damage, which kind of need that too. Nothing here. 27 on my warlord, reduce my break free cost because, you know, damn, you're always getting snared, you're always getting trapped in PvP. That's just what happens. So, and I got 5 in the sprinter, reduce the cost of the sprint. I don't even know why I got 5 in the damn sprinter. Like, I was copying someone else's shit and it just doesn't work out for me as far as sprinting. Like, what the fuck is 3.4%, to be honest? And then I need my stamina for blocking, so I'll probably end up taking that out and putting most of that into warlord. Hey, but if you like to run, you need to run fast, by all means do the sprinting. I'm also running 75 in the Arcanist, 14%. I'll never go anything over 75 points. It's pretty much a waste. Increase the magic recovery, of course. Then tenacity, increase the magic and stamina, fully charged heavy attacks restore. I actually find it hard to block and do heavy attacks. Again, I say I run by myself a lot, and I really have yet to find a group or a couple players who can actually work with me, and we, you know, get together, train, and somebody just work with how my build works. Because I mean, it's almost like a tank build a little bit, but again, I can put out more damage than an actual tank. All right, moving right along. We got 37 here in the Shadow Ward. Reduce the cost of the block, of course. I mean, I block a lot. That's like, I mitigate so much damage by blocking, man. And I'll go with my passives in a second. I probably should have did that before I came over here, but whatever. It's my first time making a video, so bear with me. I'll get better. Then I got a little bit in my tumbling, 8% in the tumbling. I mean, I always roll dodge, so I probably won't go any higher than that. Maybe about 10% in here. That's about it. But I will put more into Shadow War here to reduce my blocking more. I want to hit that one at about 20%. So once I get to 20% on that one, I'll probably stop, because I do notice that my blocking really still doesn't cost much, and that's mainly because I got a 3 pieces of sturdy on. All right, and here in the mage, I've got 13 in the bless, which increases my healing done by 3.7%. I think I'm going to get rid of that. Then again, I might not. It kind of depends on whether or not I go back to the resto staff. I really don't need blessed that much. I mean, I guess it could reduce my healing, but I mean, increase my healing. But the healing that I do myself with my coagulating blood, but I really don't use too many heals other than the coagulating blood. So I mean, I don't know. I may not keep that. But like I said, I didn't say this before, but CP points personal. It's really for you. It's basically, it depends on how you play your play style. You really don't have to follow anyone's CP points directly. It's just pretty much what works for you. Elfborn, increase my crit damage and crit healing 10%. Elemental expert, increases flame, frost shock, magic damage 11%. Spell erosion, increase your spell penetration by 1900. Hey, I'm fine with that. Like I said, it's not completely done, and I will possibly take the points out of blessed and put into here, all 3 of these right here, and just divide them up in here. 16 the staff expert, and that's just for my back bar, which I probably should get rid of that because I barely even use the staff anymore. This basically, a lot of this stuff came before I even changed this build to a sword and board. I was actually running dual staffs. I was running Inferno staff on the front and resto on the back bar. So I've now switched to the 1H and the board. So I may need to do a little bit like precise and stuff like that, but whatever. Again, this works for me ATM, and I'll probably change it a little later. Max start on is 14%. That's just continually going up again. And once I change everything, I'll probably take a about 10 out of there and put into the Master at Arms. Thaumaturge, it increases your damage done with your damage over time effects. It's really for my burning embers that increases the damage. I actually probably going to start working on doing a little piercing penetration. I mean, the piercing for the physical penetration, and maybe some mighty to increase your physical poison and disease damage. But that's about it. Maybe it just depends. I'll update this video as I get better, as I change things. This is just a little basic thing. I kind of wanted to make a little video going over what I use here. Alright, we're gonna go over these little passives here, because of course you need all these. You need all of your main ability passive maxed out. You need it all. All of that needs to be maxed out. I should just realize, so you kind of need all those too. If you just read the passage, you'll see like your this one increases the damage amount, the amount of damage you can block from projectiles, and this one increases your movement speed. So really the whole point is to get good, man. Play how you want to play. Find your group of guys that'll play with you, or you know, play solo. I mean, it's easy to find groups when you go into Vivek. That shit is easy. Just go into fucking North Morrowind if you're EP or wherever the hell you're going. If you're EP, wherever you AD or DC, you know, you go to your little beginning area, LFG, and you'll find a group. A lot of people are crabs in a bucket. It's a lot of crabs in this fucking game. They don't want to see you do the good, so I mean, they won't help you unless you know they know you and they're friendly with you or whatever. So best thing to do is to get used to solo play. I mean, it's kind of hard to solo play in a lot of this stuff, but as far as learning how to play the game, as far as what you need to run with, your build, etc., you need to just start looking at videos, man. Like, that's my best advice, because you don't want to depend on anyone. You want to become a master crafter, if not master crafting, like a complete master crafter where you have every 50 and everything and all that. You still want to at least become, you want to max out the armor which you wear. Like, if you wear a lot of heavy armor, max out your blacksmithing. If you wear a lot of medium and light, max out your clothing. If you use a lot of pots or food or whatever, max out your alchemy and your provisioning. Those things are really going to help you, and it's not meant to help anybody else. Like, most master crafters are just here to help other people, to make gear for other folks or whatever, and maybe even make money off of it, because you can still do that. I'm not saying that you shouldn't become a master crafter, but if you want to just, you know, get your shit together, get your build together, and really be focused on yourself, then I just advise that you just immediately do your whatever you're wearing, and the pot, I mean the provision and the alchemy. I also recommend that I have to let you know that if you want to change traits on your gear, you need to know the trait. Regardless, you need to know it. That's the only way to transmute anything. And I actually kind of was pissed a little bit when I found out that I had to do it like that, but it was all good. I ended up transmuting all of this stuff. Most of this stuff, I mean, the Shakaberka came made this way when I got it made, but I had to transmute this. I had to transmute the shoulder, the shield here, and that's about it. But I actually just transmuted the shit yesterday. I used to transmute transmute stones or whatever to transmute. I mean, you get 50 from running PvP for the month, I think for the week, depends on I haven't, tomorrow will be my first day actually finishing one for a week, whereas I've also been in a 30-day one on this tune as well. So hey man, that was just a little bit of something nothing too big. First video again. I really don't like fucking talking like that, but I don't know. Let me know how I did in the comments. If you like what you saw, subscribe. I'll be making more videos soon. I'm a pretty cool dude, man. I'm not a fucking elitist. I don't like elitists because, they're fucking lames. More than likely, they fucking have a boring ass life where they just fucking sit at home and don't do shit and play this game, which is okay, but it's not okay when you try to make other people feel bad. But I digress. You guys just subscribe, comment, like, give me some feedback. Let me know what I need to do better. Thank you again for tuning in.